Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update for you for the Nars pan. And at this point this project has been going for so long that I just keep losing track of which update I'm at. But the idea of this project, as you guys know, is to roll in panners that we like watching, to spread the love and yeah, have a product linked to them basically. This was started by Elisabeth with Cookie Pans on Instagram, which I'm sure you guys all know by now, but if you do not, of course I've got her link down below. You can check her out, although she's been a little MIA lately. I hope you're doing okay, Elisabeth. Yeah, but let's jump in. I'm working on 5 products here at a time, and the one that's been in here the longest, all the way since the start, is the Nars Albatross highlighter that I rolled in for Laura from Laura Force, and this is what it looks like right now. My goal was to hit the side pan on this side right here, and as you can see, I still didn't do that. It's just that last little bit is really hard to reach with my brush, so I'm not too worried about it. I do notice that kind of the part right here that I kind of dip into as well when I'm trying to focus on that is starting to get lower, so I do see I'm making progress on it. I'm using it very regularly, of course. I've got it on my cheekbones today as well, and like every time I'm doing my makeup. I used it 19 times this time around. I've used it 21 times before in the rest of this year. I only started marking this project this year. I don't know why I didn't do that before. So 40 uses in total anyway this year so far. And yeah, we've definitely got another 40, probably another 100, I don't know, to go on this one. Now I do have only one highlight shade left in kind of my Panda palette, so I wouldn't be surprised if at certain times I might start using this one as a like brow bone highlight or something like that soon-ish, considering my highlight shade is moving quickly enough, so probably in 2 to 3 months it's going to be gone completely. And once I will be able to do that, I probably will be able to also get into the sides a little bit more easily, because then I have smaller brushes that I'm going into this one with to maybe highlight my brow bone, for example. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So maybe I should not focus in on that side bend too much anymore and just kind of work my way down a little bit, so I have just like pieces of side product that I can start using with a smaller brush. I don't really know yet what I'm gonna do, but yeah, still working on it. I'm wearing it every day. I'm wearing makeup, and that's all I can really do. I'm not gonna eat it. Then another one that's been in here I think since the start as well actually, and that is really bad considering that normally my eyeshadows don't last that long in projects. It's been in here for a year and a half, if not longer. Yeah, anyway, the Urban Decay Vice palette. In here I'm working on a shade for Paula from Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. And as you guys know by now, that is the purple shade right here, because Paula and purple, you cannot not use them in one sentence basically. It's 1985, that's the name of the eyeshadow, and I have it on my eyelids right now. Also with the pink from my Panda palette. I've used this one 4 times in the last month. I only kind of realized how I could incorporate this with my Panda palette pink when I started to realize that, oh, it's the last week before it's time to update again. So I should have started doing that a bit earlier, and I may have had pan on this by now, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, the pink shade in my Panda palette just is relatively close to this one, so I wasn't focusing on both of them at the same time, so I didn't make the progress on it that I wanted. And I feel like I've got excuses every single time, but yeah, it's just the way it is. The dip is getting so deep at this point though, so maybe next month will be the month we will actually get there. I don't know anymore at this point. Anyway, I've got 10 uses on that guy in total this year, so yeah, that's that. Then for Rebecca, from Rebecca Morgan, I rolled in the NYX palette in Secret Worlds, and for her I'm working on the grungy green in here, this shade right here. I've used this 2 times in the last month. Also for that one I said I wanted to try and see if I can use it a little bit more. Didn't really succeed, but I think there is a bit more of a possibility at the moment, because I've realized that a cooler transition shade that I'm trying to work on doesn't really work with the dark brown that's kind of been taking the place of this one, because I'm not going to use like multiple dark shades in my outer corner. That's not really gonna make a huge difference anymore. So this one might actually be one that I'm gravitating towards a little bit more when I cannot combine that dark brown with the cool tone transition shade. It just doesn't look nice. It wasn't working. So that's why I wore this one twice, basically, to combine with that transition shade in my outer corner to make things work, because this green is definitely more cool tone. I do see the dip getting a little bit deeper every single time though, because I do normally get 1 or 2 uses in at least on this one. So yeah, I did not use it last month though, so these 2 uses means I've used it 2 times this year so far. Okay, then moving on to one that I am very actively working on. This is the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Sweetheart, and this one I have used 16 times, which in my project means that I've used it 16 days, and I may have reapplied it once or twice or 3 or 4 times throughout the day. Most of the time it's once or twice though, but I was finally able to actually see where I'm at. I feel like it just wasn't working for some reason last month, because it wasn't back full again, that's for sure. The last time I was able to mark it, I was up here, but now that I've been able to mark it, I am down here, and I don't think that that difference is the actual progress I made this exact month. Just something wasn't working last month, but I'm making progress, and that is really nice to see. Like, the thing is definitely going down. It's not as full anymore, and I've had this one in other projects. I don't know if I've already said why this is even in here. This one is in here for Emily from Emily and Max, and because she invented the graveyard project pen, this one rolled in for that. So it's a product that's been that's old, or that's been in a previous project already. I cannot talk anymore. Yeah, so that's why I rolled this in for Emily, and I'm starting to make nice progress on this one. It's been another project and I never really managed to make progress on it, but I'm getting used to it at this point and it's moving. So I'm really excited about that, to finally see this get lowered and like just a little bit used. So thank you, Emily. Then lastly, I rolled in the Pigment from the Vinci Cosmetics in Dejavous a few months ago now. I don't really remember exactly. For Alexy, I used the Roulette Pan collab as kind of a prompt thingy for her, because her and Rebecca are the ones that are kind of driving that project for the last couple of years. And I rolled a cool toned item, and that turned out to be this guy. I'm using this very regularly, but I'm using it in my inner corner, so it's not moving very quickly because the pigment takes forever to use, and if I just use like one tiny bit to put in my inner corner every single time, you won't see a huge difference every single time. But I have used this one 16 times, yep, 16 times as well, so definitely not bad. If it would have been a normal eyeshadow, I would definitely be really close to hitting pan on it, or half pan on it at this point. With a pigment, I just cannot really show you that in the same way. So I've used it a total of 28 times now this year, and I'm gonna have to use it a whole lot more because it's a pigment. But yeah, happy enough that I'm actually like actively using this. I'm very curious to see where I'm gonna be with this one in like by the end of the year, basically. See if maybe I can finish it up this year, or maybe I can at least have really nice progress on it, because the pigments, they just keep lying around in my collection because I'm not used to using them and they take forever, which kind of scares me away from using them a little bit. So I'm really happy this is in this project, and at this point I find a way to like use it very regularly as well. So even though it's little bits, it's being used, and that is what counts in this case as well. Yeah, so goals for next time. I know I've said it so many times before, but I definitely want to hit pan in this eyeshadow. That is my main goal. Apart from that, like if I can hit that side pan on this guy, that would be great, but it's not really been happening, so I'm starting to lose faith on that one. And I just want to have some nice visible progress again on the Sweetheart lip gloss as well. And apart from that, we're just going to keep working on the shades. Definitely want to use the Rebecca shade a little bit more as well, and we'll see where we end up. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!